I got a gig with Russell, 3 or 4 years ago, or 2 years ago, whatever it was. He phoned me up and said, "Hey man," I was like, "Hey, can you play the lute?" I was like, and I assume Russell's lost his mind and he wants to do a medieval record or something. But I said, "Yeah, I guess I can play the lute, you know? It's like bazookas." He's like, "Do you want to come to LA and read for this part in a movie?" I'm like, "Yeah. Well, sure, what part?" He's like, "It's Allan A'Dayle in a Robin Hood movie." And I was like, "Yes, Russell Crowe, I think I would like to do that." I checked my calendar one day, and yes, I think I can make that. But what an experience, you know. So I got the gig, and I went to London and did the whole drill, you know, and did all the training for archery and horse. It was just an amazing experience. But one of the things while I was there, I realized, you know, that there was an opportunity to get some songs and scenes and that kind of stuff. So I went through the script and I wrote 3 or 4 songs for every scene. So I'm sorry, there's no way to tell the story without dropping names. It's impossible. You know, it's like, so Ridley Scott is here, and he's like, "Well, maybe we should have the music in this scene." I have one. Every scene is like, "This is a battle scene. I'm sorry." And he called me. He used to call all the characters. He's a lovely man. But he called all the characters, there's so many in it, that he called everyone by the initials of their characters. So unfortunately, he called me AA. Not this one, AA, thanks. He's a wonderful fellow. And so we wrote several, like I say, I wrote several songs for it, and like we did one, and it was always, you never knew what was going to happen. You know, you never knew. It was always like, yeah, let's have some music, okay, whatever, and then sometimes you had no idea who would ever make the final part of the movie. No idea at all. You know, just there was always stuff changing constantly. I remember we had this scene where we were going to sit around the fire, and it was all written up. We learned the lines I had to say the night before. Like it wouldn't be ready, for the thing. We go down to the place, where we're going to do the scene, and there's, everything's set up, and someone says, "Hey, the script has changed. Here's your thing." And I scanned, like all actors do, I've come to learn. You scan down to the screenplay, and you look for your name. And they go like blah 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 blah. Then I say blah 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 blah. Then I say, but my name was gone. It was like I didn't have any lines anymore. I was kind of pissed. Yeah, I was. But right at the very bottom, and this is about to start. We're about to start filming. It says, "All the while, Allan A'Dayle sings a song about a big-breasted woman." I still have the script on. I'll show this. I was like, and so Russell, I know, has just done this up, and it's like he's see, he figures I can do it, I guess, and so Russell comes down. "You got one?" I was like, "Yep." I said, "You want to hear it?" He goes, "Nope." Ridley comes over and goes, "Hey, do you have something you can sing in this one?" "Yes, sir." "You want to hear it?" "No." Let's go. We do this scene, and I sit around, and it opens with me singing this thing. "Nancy, you're me darling, I loves you all to bits. I'll climb up to your chamber, and on your mountain this man in the dial." And it made the movie. If you get your SoCan checks or like your royalty checks or whatever, it's like, "What are you at? 4 cents." This is that kind of stuff. There's one on there, swear to God, there's one in it now called "Large-Breasted Woman." Robin Hood. I wrote this next one up. Sorry, this is taking so long. I wrote this next one. I hope I can remember it all. There's a scene in one version of the movie. There's a scene where there's a funeral pyre kind of thing. There's a burning, and what do you call that? What do you call that when you burn? Like a cremation, I suppose. Yeah. A pyre, yeah. And anyway, it's a lovely part of the movie. And at one version, it was the end of the movie. And I always thought the whole movie was kind of a one of the themes of it was about people searching for a home, and some people who had never had a home, or some people who had one and didn't know what it looked like, or they'd never seen it, or their home was changing. So we wrote this song to sing at the funeral pyre, but then it ended up not being the end of the movie, so we couldn't do it. So I'm stuck with this song, and I hope someday I'll find a home for it. Especially considering it's called Dream of Home. It's, yeah. It's good. Don't worry. Just take those old records off the shelf. I'll sing this one. Goes something like this. Well, I have wandered far too long. My weary bones are heavy spent. Now won't you lay me down to rest on a pillow fit for a journey's end, where my own father plowed the ground and set a table poor but proud. Oh, in the house where I was born, let my sleep be safe and warm. And in my heart, so sadly sweet, the dream of home, the dream of home. It touches my soul, too soft to fleet, when far o'er the sea or land I roam. Through all my days in foreign lands, through all my dark and distant nights, pictures of you so close at hand, and thoughts of you would fill my mind. And though my passage has been long and stayed, my first affection never fades. And though my course has been oft confused, my way is always led to you. And in my heart, so sadly sweet, the dream of home, the dream of home. It touches my soul, too soft to fleet, when far o'er the sea or land I roam. Now when my story's all but told, oh, let the final chapter tell of victories in lands of gold, and how the mighty villains fell. But if I could hope for just one thing, one final chorus I could sing, I'd lift a cup with all my friends and cheer we made it home again. And in my heart, so sadly sweet, the dream of home, the dream of home. It touches my soul, too soft to fleet, when far o'er the sea or land I roam. It touches my soul, too soft to fleet, when far o'er the sea or land I roam. Let's have a dream of home. Thank you very much.